I touched on this in an earlier video concerning a response to the Variety article about the Snyder Cut and what have you, uh, and then turned to this idea that they may have found a replacement for Henry Cavill in the Superman role, and that's a young actor named David Corenswet. Uh, apparently we got this covered, and they've talked some rumors in the past that turned out to be true, so that's why they have some sort of credibility here. The interesting thing about the guy is he kind of resembles Cavill, they could probably have them in a movie as brothers or something, So it's an interesting thing to, if you want to replace Cavill, that you could just go to a guy who kind of looks like him. He's 26, so he's what's Cavill's 33, so 7 years his junior. And there they go. He's been in these shows. I haven't seen any of them, but apparently he's gotten some notice for his performance in a series called The Politician on Netflix, whatever. So the rumor is that this might be the actor that J.J. Abrams wants to go for in his take on a Superman film that he's, the rumor there. All of this is rumor in negotiations with Warner Media to produce a Superman film, and also a Green Lantern one. That's been going on for quite some time. And so the idea being that just like Matt Reeves wanted his own Batman, he didn't want to deal with what Snyder had set forth, so he cast a new Batman in Pattinson so that Abrams would come in and cast a new Superman. So it might be this guy that they're looking at. So that would mean they've already gone through perhaps some casting. Who knows? But the thing about this, and I talked about it because the TV show is embracing the Crisis on Infinite Earths, and they've already established that there's multiple Earths and multiple different versions of the same character and all that sort of thing. And that, couldn't the movies do the same? And theoretically, they've already done it with the Joker movie. And then you had the Jared Leto Joker, which no one really liked. That's another story. But anyway, the idea that Suicide Squad established him as the Joker for this DCEU deal that originally began with Man of Steel and Batman versus Superman. So there you have this other movie, and you say, well, theoretically, had Suicide Squad and Jared Leto's Joker had been more successful, you could still continue, but I think there never would have been a Joker movie had that happened. They'd just be going forward with a new, probably a Joker versus Batman movie at some point, and all that. But it all fell apart because the movies just didn't do very well, and Justice League flat out bombed. So that was pretty much the end of it. And then a strange thing happened. Wonder Woman was a success, and then Aquaman comes in with $1 billion, and now Joker's got $1 billion. So interest in DC movies is there, but what do you do? And with DCU, Wonder Woman and Aquaman means they're still kind of stuck with that version. And so do you split and have your alternate takes on it, and so on and so forth? So how different of a Superman would you have? And yet, again, he's kind of similar to Henry Cavill. Well, I guess he doesn't have the cleft chin, I guess. I don't know. But this could have been an interesting thing, and I kind of wish they had done this, because one of the rumors about the Batman movie, when Affleck had backed out, and for a while, even before we weren't sure that he was backing out, that, perhaps he would film bookend scenes of this old case, and the rest of the movie would be about his past, and that would be a younger actor playing Batman, and then that would be Reeves' movie. But see, the thing is Reeves, I'm not doing that. I don't want any interference with my movie or whatever. But anyway, he would be directing both actors. But that would have been a neat way to keep this thing going. But if attitudes are going to be like that, it's going to be very difficult to have anything like that. So the idea of different eras could have worked, and it would have been kind of a neat thing to do. Here with Superman, I kind of wondered if the Batman versus Superman should have just stated right up front that this is years later from Man of Steel, and they would have had this conflict. Of course, tying it into the events of Man of Steel, you wait this many years to get mad about it, and it wouldn't work. I kind of thought maybe they should have just done a full-on adaptation of Dark Knight Returns and did it, and just did that. And then other movies, there would be this younger cast. But it's less than 2 years between the two movies, so you really couldn't have another guy who's just younger than Cavill, by a handful of years, and say, oh, he's doing these in-between adventures, and Cavill's Superman is doing more of the DC Universe movies and that sort of thing. I suppose they still could do this because Dwayne Johnson has hinted he wants Henry Cavill's Superman to appear in his Black Adam movies. And I suppose they could do that. But ultimately, I think Cavill would want to do his own Superman movie. I mean, meaning a Superman movie that's primarily a Superman movie. So he might just, like, I'm just going to bow out, if that's how this is going. And so who knows? But it's just, if this is their choice, it's kind of like, just finish up with Cavill. You do a couple of more Superman movies, and then he can retire the cape. And, and this guy would still be, he's 26 now, so in a couple of years, he'd still be young enough to do the role, So it's all very odd. And it's, of course, the rumors were that, there was some bad blood between Warner Brothers and Henry Cavill. I mean, they sort of humiliated him with that stupid mustache thing in Justice League. And then there are other rumors that he's difficult to deal with and all that sort of thing. Then it seems like he's not on board with the release of Snyder Cut, and maybe he's mad at Snyder for whatever reason. I don't know. He certainly, there was a recent interview where he graded the 3 movies he did, Man of Steel, he's very proud of that one. Batman versus Superman, he said, well, that's a Batman movie, and he's right, it is. And then, of course, Justice League, he simply said didn't work. And, who's going to argue? So, there might be some sore feelings around. However, he does like the character and was interested in pursuing it further. And I would like to see him get a shot at a full-on Superman story, because I think he's got the goods to pull it off. He just never really got that great script. A Man of Steel is about as close as we'll get, and that's displaying a freshman Superman, not a fully realized Superman. And it's just too bad that that's just not going to happen. But it looks more and more likely that none of it will happen. And even if he does show up as Superman in a Black Adam movie, he's Superman in a Black Adam movie, So it's just too bad. But then again, maybe this will be a really good new trilogy of Superman films from this guy. But based on what J.J. Abrams has been doing lately, I'm very, very nervous about this. So we'll just have to see. But again, interesting that, this guy, he and Henry Cavill could play brothers in a movie or something. More or less. I mean, obviously not completely, but, Anyway, there you go. Possibly, there he is again, with a kitty cat. New Superman. Maybe. Just maybe. Thank you for watching and listening. Why not like and subscribe, and check out that link description below. That'll take you to my mini stores that have plenty of goodies for you. And might want to check out that link to my BitChute channel, where I also post my videos, because, well, dark clouds are swirling around YouTube again, and who knows which channels can stay. So, yeah, check out BitChute. Thanks again. We'll do it again soon. Bye-bye.